collaboration time. Oh, yeah. My name is Ro Martin, the Stone Genius from the Stone Genius Podcast. You're listening to 918 Slasher and Geo de Menace. Hey, welcome to the oh, whoa! I was turning down the wrong the beep boop, and that's not the sound it makes, but the thing on my soundboard. I was trying to turn down the volume in my phone, which was playing that file, and turned the wrong one down. Hold on, I do have a sound for that. Have that turned up. Welcome to the podcast. My name's Ro. You know me. I'm often stoned. I'm always a genius. And sometimes I pretend like I'm Vincent Price a la Thriller. Once again, so I am very honored to have been asked by 918 Slasher and Geo de Menace, two friends of the podcast, that asked me to do a little lead-in for their new collaboration album. That's what you just heard. So hold on. And I'm sure I've spoken about this before, but I'm going to speak about this again in case, gosh, this is not going to be a good episode. If this is your first time listening to the program, find another one. I would highly suggest finding one of the Toilet Baby ones. Okay, I need to talk about that. Okay, hold on. Okay, so anyway, I had to pause. I had to write down a note for the show. Find myself doing notes all the way up till and through showtime. Hold on. It's something. Nope, I know it's not that one. So 918 Slasher, Geo de Menace, they were very kind. They asked me to do a lead-in, so that's what I did there. My problem, myself, having an issue. My issue that the only thing I could think of, like what they were asking me to do. Yes, I could have asked clarifying questions of them to find out exactly what they wanted. But why do that? Anyway. So all I could think of was Vincent Price from Thriller. What I finally did was I listened to a whole bunch of my music. I would tell them the name of the song, generally artist and title. Oh, this would have been a good game. Like, could they have guessed the beat that I was putting it to? So they needed 10 seconds. I was doing 10 seconds at a time. I think I did about 20 minutes worth, but I had to. Anyway, they had plenty to choose from. That's the one they chose. I am very thankful and grateful. I will be, as Slasher said, I will be forever on their discography. And that's kind of cool. I mean, like a month ago, I wouldn't even, like if someone would have been like, do you want to be on a discography? I would have been like, never thought about this. And I didn't think until after I was asked. I was like, yes. I said yes because I wanted to do it, but then it was cool too. So that's what it was. So that's what you heard. I'm going to give you the links to find their music, their collaboration. They're going to start releasing some songs from that. At King of Oklahoma is 918 Slasher on Instagram. I know that they're probably leaving Instagram soon, so that may not be the best place to find them, but somehow we'll get it all hooked up. So this episode is a redo of the same episode. I just wasn't. If you've been listening to these chronologically, again, if this is the first episode you've listened to of the Stone Genius podcast, good fucking luck. I mean, it's fine. I literally don't have a problem with it, but I am well aware of how I sound to others, and we're going to talk about that. So if you're new to the podcast, then, like I say, start somewhere else. You can pretty much throw a dart anywhere. Recent ones. Tim Lytell would be a good one. Stephen Dolganoff would be a good one. I don't want to leave people out, but we've had a lot of good. Mitch Webb, which is the last episode. Like, if this is your first episode, make it your second episode and go back one episode to Mitch Webb's episode. Because what we're going to talk about, we were talking about mental health. And I struggle just like others with mental health, but it is totally different. It has nothing to do. I don't understand what you all go through. You wouldn't understand what I go through. And that's fine. We don't have to. We literally do not need to understand each other. I know that young people want to understand stuff. You don't need to understand stuff, honestly. Some stuff you just don't need to know. So, I do not feel I do not have empathy sometimes, most of the time. I saw a goose that had been hit by a car and killed. I'm glad I didn't see it. They are protected. And I will tell you, they're big fucking animals. You didn't see a goose on the road, you weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. Anyway. So we had talked, and so I started talking about how I am. And at some point, narcissism came up. And I said that was not me. I am not a narcissist. And I actually have the definition from the Oxford Language Dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary, something, whatever. Narcissist. A person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. Narcissist, so the example is narcissists who think the world revolves around them. That is not me. So when you read the definition, I don't have an excessive interest in myself, other than it may appear that way from. So here is my problem. That I am interested always in the most interesting person in the room. I'm going to give you guys a second to catch up here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm always interested in the most impressive, funniest, whoever I would want to hang out with, that is who I would talk about. Just happens to be me. And I don't say that in literally, this has more to do about everyone else's deficiencies than it does. That's what I don't think people understand. Like when I am saying I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, no one ever counters me. So it reminds me of my friend Mitch. And when I say of my friend Mitch, we don't talk any longer. I mean, we could. No, we couldn't. I mean, we just don't. So I've known this guy since high school. Was I would consider he was the closest friend that I had. Knew everything about me. We talked when he was in college, and we were away from each other. And I was we would talk all the time. I mean, every year, as soon as the March Madness brackets came out, we would call each other, and we would do our own, and we'd call and compare, and then we'd be when we would be different than each other, we'd discuss it. We used to do that every single year, and then we get older, lives change, and things happen, and I get that. My issue finally became with they just didn't want to hang out with me. And I'm fine with that. I'm just not going to give it any effort. And literally when I say I'm fine with that, that's I don't hold any animosity. People grow apart. They don't. I remember one of the last times that we hung out together, we went out. I don't know what he was talking about, but I just said, and I used her name, but I go, your wife doesn't let you out much anymore, does she? Or maybe that should be us. I have no idea what we were talking about, but I was just, I don't know. It wasn't, we had spent so much time apart, even though we only lived miles apart away from each other, that we didn't know each other. I mean, so this is how little we knew of each other. One day he called me, or I called him. I don't remember. But whenever we connected after a long period of not talking to each other, it's generally me reaching out. And I'll get to that point in a second with this. It was generally me reaching out. But anyway, they said, oh, I have huge news to tell you. And the first thing that popped into my mind was, oh my God, they're getting a divorce. I mean, I always talk about Bobby. Just doesn't matter who it is. You're going to hear about Bobby. I mean, that's the way it is. So I always am talking about Bobby, and I never heard them talking about their spouse on Facebook. This was when I was still on Facebook and stuff. They would post to Facebook, never see any pictures, never any reference, nothing. And I was like, oh, they're getting a divorce. And he's like, oh, we moved. And I was like, you're going to move? And they're like, no, we did move. And I was like, oh, which is fine. Here's the deal. He knew not to ask because I would have said no. I don't want to help move. Why would I want to help move? They actually have people that will help you move called movers. So why should I give you free labor? Because I'm good. Here's the deal. We had hired some movers at one point. I know I'm deviating, or I'm getting off track here. We hired some movers once. They were packing our house. It was a huge house. We had rented a truck. We had them pack it, and they were fucking like Tetris fucking freaks. So they packed like 2/3 of our house in half the truck. 2/3 of our house. So now we had 1/3 of the house to get in half the truck. I don't know how many of you out there that are listening to this podcast are really good at math, but that math, I mean, we have extra room is what I'm saying. I'm going to have roughly 17% extra room in there. So we had only paid for so much time. So they did 2/3, half of the truck, and then they had to leave. And so me and I'm sure Bobby and most likely her family, my family, friends, neighbors, whomever was in the vicinity that we had roped into helping because they were not smart enough or brave enough to say no. That last third of the house, we maybe got 1/10 of that in that last half of the truck. I mean, there were so many gaps. Like what they had packed was tight. Like I couldn't. If I needed a wedge, like a sandwich in there or something, if I just I'm going to tuck in case I need it later. Like when if I'm unloading the truck and then I get hungry, there's a sandwich already waiting. So no, there was no room. But like in ours, there were gaping hole. I mean, it was not my forte. So for us, it was wasted time and effort. Literally, we could have paid them for an extra hour. And the house would have been done. And it would have been worth it because we ended up having to make 2 trips, I think. So in a big truck, and then the second the second trip is very skeleton. Anyway, so they had already moved. But I'm just saying that I didn't know them. So anyway, I was always the one that reached out. I take that back. I don't want to use the word always. I was often the one that initiated contact. Now, I get with my brain and my thinking and not paying attention to days of the week, let's say, I would often be like, hey, on Thursday morning, can you go out tomorrow night? No, I can't. Usually with an excuse. I don't need an excuse. No, it's fine. No, I can't. Blah, blah, yada, yada. And just so if their kids ever listen to the program, they were blaming you. This person was blaming their kids because they needed help studying. Now, that being said, there's a few years in between the first set of the children and second one to come around. So there was a gap there. And in that gap, you would think you'd be able to identify, like, if you're not. So I always heard that they were helping the kids and then the kids were not getting great grades. Here's my counter. Maybe find someone else to tutor them. Just a thought. Instead of you doing it, find someone else to do it for you. Here it is. Takes it off your plate, and I get it. There's probably some sort of compensation trade-off, whatever, that's going to have to happen. But if it gets done correctly, like, I guarantee you that now my parents would get me, my parents would get me tutors because they didn't understand how I would get A's on every test, but I was getting C's. They didn't understand the impact of me not turning in my homework ever. And I usually would not use the word ever, but that was probably the case. Ever would be, if I was betting the over-under, it would be ever, which I think would be both the over and the under. Because for whatever, whomever, whatever. Anyway, so about a year ago, I just told this person, I go, no longer, you can take my name out of your phone. You don't need to worry about reaching out to me or whatever. And it's not the first time I had mentioned. So my problem was, hold on, I know. Going back to the not giving a lot of heads up notice. So my issue became they never once countered. So here's what would happen. If someone called me and said, hey, Ro, Stony Genie guy, not Genie guy, Genius guy, can you go out tomorrow night? I'd be like, I can't tomorrow, but I could Saturday, I could Sunday, I could next Tuesday, I could whenever. I would counter with something. No, I can't, but that sounds a lot of fun. Is it whatever? What did you have in mind? Oh, can we just do that whenever, or is there a time limit? I wouldn't just say no. Like, if I actually wanted to hang out with that person. So I finally got to the point where, well, they just don't want to hang out with me. Once again, I do not care. That is not something, if you do not want to hang out with me, honestly, don't care. Actually, now that I think about it, it'd probably be better if more people just said, do not wish to be in your presence. I'd be like, no. I'd be like, I'd be like that. Or would I be? I'd probably be that one, actually. So anyway. If I want to be with you, I'm going to counter. I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, I can't do that. Let's do this. And I would be upfront. No. Actually, you would know. You would know not to call to ask. Ask what you say, anything, literally anything. Do not. If you are going to share in a windfall of riches, a pot of gold at the end of the proverbial rainbow, or perhaps real rainbow, depends on how much credence you give leprechauns. Nope. So I don't know how we got here 15 minutes later. I'll use this person as an example also, or later. So the show with Mitch Webb, it ended up making it sound like I was a narcissist. And I'm trying to explain that I'm not. So here's my dilemma. I'm going to use a couple of examples. First example, person I was talking about, that person, I haven't seen him in quite a while now, honestly. And at our age, in our 50s now, I mean, it's not like we're exponentially getting better looking. Used to be a good-looking guy. Problem is, he's like 5'8", maybe 5'9", tops. I don't know. I'm not good on height shorter than mine, which sucks because I'm 6'5". So if I'm ever saying shit about your height of you being, like if I'm ever shitting on people that are extremely short and then you fall into that height range, just be glad that I'm horrible with heights that are people that are shorter than me. My mom is 5'2". My sister, she will swear up and down she's 5 foot, but that is the tallest, shortest 5 foot, whatever, shortest, I guess, 5 foot that I've ever seen 5 foot be. Like her 5 foot, when I've talked about, there's no guys that are 5'10" or 5'11", they're going to be 6 foot at that point. They're going to stretch to 6 foot. That is exactly what my sister is doing, but a foot shorter. So we were both adopted. I am literally 1.5 feet taller than her. So I got used to being around short people and like dramatically, like 1.5 feet shorter than me. And it just was like, you know who I was? I was Will Ferrell and Elf. I just didn't know any better. It's all these tiny people around me, and here I am, the giant, sitting on the little potty and like singing the Christmas carols with my really deep voice. Actually, Jenny will laugh when she hears that because I am horrible at Christmas carols, because whatever octave I have, it's either not a full octave, it's like a mid, there's something not right. Like I will start singing a song down here, but I'll end up here, and it is not. Here, hold on.
I will start singing the song like this, and by the end of the song,
I'm singing like this, and my sister's just looking at me, and I'm like, I know, silent night, holy night, oh shit.
So my sister will think that's very funny that I was speaking in a deep voice. Anyway. When Mitch went to school, not Mitch Webb from the program, Mitch, my friend from high school. So when he went to school in Chicago, the same alma mater that Trinity started her undergrad at, that's where Mitch got his PhD from. And when he was up there, I used to go visit him. So I would take the train up from Kansas City to Chicago. We would hang out. We would go to bars. This was early 90s. And we would hang out. We would have tons of fun. But I remember one night we were at a club called Excalibur there. So this is back early 90s. I'm 30 years. Clubs don't stay around that long. Anyway, Excalibur was a club. It was a multi-level, just a crazy, it was not Kansas City. Mind you, this was downtown Chicago. It was awesome. It was fun. But I had a tendency to have girls come over and start talking to me. And Mitch at one point said, he goes, how come girls come talk to you and not to me? I go, because you don't exist in here. And he kind of looked at me and I go, you're the same height or shorter than everyone else in here. And I go, I am literally a head taller. There's like a handful of guys near my height, maybe a couple that are taller, but only a handful out of 1,000 people. Let's say it's 50-50 girls. So now you have 500 girls, and now out of 500 guys, I'm like 1%. I'm the top 1% because of my height. He was much better looking than I was. Like if people problem is they've already made up their mind. By the time they saw me and they are walking towards me, like when Bobby and I saw each other, I had already made up my mind on Bobby. I've told the story. I saw her. She looked like an angel, the halo, blah, blah. Same exact story every single time because it's seared into my head. I had already made up my mind. I am not sure, but I would guess that she had made up her mind. If not, Mr. Beer definitely had made up her mind for her. maybe that's more of a, I don't want to speak for Bobby. I don't want it to be like, ah, ha, ha, or wah, wah. So I'm going to play them both for that. But that was the case so I get it. And I mean, I'll tell you this. I had hair back then. Had no idea. Oh, gosh. And I was not a big hair guy. Like, I take that back. My mom would disagree. There was a time in the 80s, like I wear my sunglasses at night, Corey Hart, Duran Duran. I was probably using product and definitely highlighting my hair for a short, maybe perhaps long period of time during my youth, early adulthood. Gosh, literally, I would have if I could have hair right now, like a full head of thick, long, let's say brown hair. That's what I used to have. Let's say brown hair. I would highlight the shit out of it. I mean, like make it look like, everyone would be like, those are the worst. Like those are just highlights. Like that guy, he needs professional help. Just like the movers I talked about. See, can't do it on my own. Professionals. Always pay professionals. Oh, that would be a nice segue into having Liv LaRue back on the program. So Liv's been busy. It's the start of a new year. I don't know how that impacts business. I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe like in a normal relationships, like it shuts down after holidays. You know, like, what is it? No booze. Something like they do those months. No shave November. Maybe they have like no sex January or something. I don't know. February. I mean, we're at the end of February when I'm recording this, so I guess February would be. Guy, I hope it hasn't. It's not like a quarter, like no sex first quarter. Poor people. I know. Bobby would be like, where is this again? Hello? Just kidding. Okay, so I'm very aware. I have a very see, I know I'm going to ramble about this, but I'm just going to try to fill in. I don't give a shit about myself. If I was a narcissist, I would do video all the time. Because I am easy on the eyes.
That ain't no shit, motherfuckers.
Thanks. And I just am very confident of myself. And when anyone asks, I have the numbers to prove it. My IQ puts me in the top 1.1%. My height puts me in like the top 0.1%. Being left-handed puts me in like the top, or like an 11%. So like all these, I know where all these numbers. Yeah, and I'm also very aware. Like I can be even coffee and like some people are like, well, you're a narcissist because you think you do everything better than everyone else. No, I don't. But I also know statistically I'm going to be right if I call out something. So if I run into another guy, I would put money that I have better handwriting than that person. And most women. I would go 50-50 on guys. I would say that I probably at least... Oh, I was going to say, no, for guys, I am probably in the top 5%. Like maybe only 1 in 20 right is not. And so here's the deal about writing. My dad was a pharmacist, which is almost as bad as a doctor. I mean, you could not read his fucking whatever he was trying to. For a long time, I thought my dad was a spy, and a lot of that had to do with his writing. I thought, I don't even think this is American, because that's what, as a child, I thought, that it wasn't English, it was an American. But I didn't, whatever he was writing, I couldn't read it, and I knew how to read American. So something was not right. So I decided at a very early age that I was going to have nice penmanship. And it's always evolving. I mean, I have these beautiful notebooks, highlighted and all, with just pages and pages of notes, and none of it, in retrospect, this may not be the best thing, none of it is illegible. So you can read all of my notes. And the only reason I say that is Well, I'm going to go to a random page and see if there's a note that, let's see what this note is. After 28 years, Bobby still gives me a boner when kissing her on the couch. So plain as day, you know what? I bet Bobby wishes that particular note may be less legible. So if someone came across this notebook in current present day, or perhaps somewhere in the future, maybe say a curator at a museum is going through my goods or what have you, after I've passed, which honestly is going to be sooner rather than later. So, they're going to be able to read all my notes. So everything I do is like if I haven't met someone, I can say I'm going to be taller than them. It's like literally 1 in 1,000 that they're going to be taller than me. So those are pretty good odds to win. So that's what I'm looking at. When someone says, and my other thing is, I'm not afraid. I don't know how to explain this. I'm going to use special warfare operators as an example, I guess. So I would assume, I don't know for sure, I would assume most spec war operators could tell if someone else had similar training from the way that they talk, the way they describe things, maybe where they had been, different things. I think that they would be able to identify whether this person was or was not of a certain level, of a certain background, of a certain pedigree. That being said, when I'm with someone, if I spend much time with you, I can pretty much tell you what your IQ is. Now, if I walk away from you and tend not to want to hang around you much, you're going to be average at best. I mean, maybe 105-ish at best. So I'm giving you 3 digits. So you're welcome. If I hang around with you and talk to you, that means you're going to be at least high average, if not higher. So, so one day on the program, you can go back. It's one of the Jason Ernst interviews. At the end of the program, he hung up on me because at one point he said, so my IQ is 136. Here's why I'll always state that it's 136, because it is 136. So that's always been stated. So if someone goes, I know. So here's the thing. Harry Bodley Scott, a wonderful singer-songwriter from Britain who's been on the show before and is a member of the international, I don't know if I can say that, like HIPAA and shit. It's out, part of the society. I think we talked about it on the podcast. We did, so it shouldn't be a big thing. So he told me he's a 143. And the only reason I would call bullshit on a 143, I honestly would think he's higher than that. But I didn't have to see any papers. I can tell by conversing with him, interacting with him, that he has a higher IQ than I do. So anyway, on Jason Ernst's program, he tried to say that he had an IQ of 141, which would be higher than mine. Once again, I do not care if someone has a higher IQ than me. Our youngest, Trinity, their IQ is higher than mine. Theirs is actually a 141. I called it. I actually said their IQ was a 141 years before they ever took it. I haven't asked. That's what they told me it was. So, maybe it isn't. Maybe it actually is higher and they just didn't want to, because that's something they would do. They would be one of those ones that wouldn't want to be too high. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's like being too tall. Like I say, 6'5", if another inch, I start not fitting in cars, not fitting in hotel beds, not fitting in exit rows. I mean, stuff like that. Or actually in regular airline seats. I mean, literally don't think I could be a fraction taller hip to knee, that femur, and I wouldn't. So, perfect height. I get that. So, everything I say, I have information for. And if someone wanted to be like, well, I'm better than you. Really? Why do you think that? Well, my skin doesn't tear when the wind blows. So I have butterfly skin, really thin skin. I literally carry a fanny pack around with me that has medical supplies because I can't use regular Band-Aids or adhesives or gauze and stuff. So I have to have special, like, old person. And I know when I say I'm 56, many of you may say, well, you are old. No. The stuff I'm carrying around is for like people that would be born pre-Civil War. So I don't know what that age is, like 160 is what they would be. So like that age, not 60, 160. So I have to carry. So if someone said, like, literally, I can't do a lot of things. Like, I am always concerned about my skin splitting open. And here's the thing. I love to soak in hot water, whether it's a tub, hot tub, sitting in the shower, which is generally what I do. But the problem is when I split my skin open like that, because it usually is a lot of things going on. I know that once I injure myself like that, it's best case scenario 10 days, if not 10 to 20 days before I can soak like that again. And I love to do that because it relaxes my body, it relaxes my mind. I just really enjoy doing that. And so that's type of stuff that adds stress to me. Like, if someone doesn't like me, don't give two shits. If I'm concerned that I'm going to cut my hand, so there's certain things. Like Bobby used to work part-time at a liquor store. And I was like, oh, I bet that would be, interesting or what. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. First of all, my dexterity is shit. So like, once again, all someone would have to do is like, well, if I just utter the words, I'm better than you, a response would be, and I'm giving you the responses to use against me. So if you're upset with, oh, you're a narcissist, I'm giving you the way to beat me, which is different than the way Bobby beats me. And I didn't mean that in a angry, like, I'm going to hurt you, beat you, more in a sexual, I'm going to hurt you, beat you. Not hurt you, more like, double up. Once again, if Bobby is listening to this program, I know that she misses that. I forget that that's on. Oh, shoot. That's from our podcast, me and Bobby. I didn't know what that button was. Never mind. Anyhow, anyway. So Mitch Webb's on the program. I start talking. I sound like a narcissist. I'm not. I just have numbers. You can come back at me. Let's see. Even if I say something about let's see. I'm going to use something about height. So Freddie Patek with the Kansas City Royals. So when I first knew Freddie Patek, I believe he was number 37. I think he changed to number. I don't think. See, I do that because this is one of my problems of always being right. And Bobby can confirm this, is that I will try to make it sound like I'm not right or I'm not sure. Once again, there's a reason there's a phrase called no one likes a know-it-all. So I will often say, I think. I don't think. He was 37, then he was number 2. He played shortstop for the Kansas City Royals. He was 5'4". He was the shortest person in baseball, in Major League Baseball. And when he was asked what it was like to be the shortest person in Major League Baseball, and this would be great. So if anyone counters me, if I say something if I was talking to him and said something about his height, if I ask him this question for the podcast, and he responded with this, I would laugh. I would give him a fist bump because you win. I mean, that's all I'm wanting. I want people that, if you don't fight back, I get it. I know who you are then. Listen to people. They tell you exactly who they are. And if they're quiet, they're still telling you exactly who they are. So Freddie Patek, shortstop, Kansas City Royals, one of the most beloved Royals of the 1970s. 5'4", the shortest person in Major League Baseball. When asked how it was to be the shortest person in Major League Baseball, he responded, well, it's a heck of a lot better than being the tallest person in the minor leagues. And that is true. I mean, you're the winner there. You've won. You don't have, when I say, here's an answer also. Well, how many games did you play in the major leagues? I played 0. Nope. God, I was really good at baseball. It was probably my best sport, which is saying a lot, but fuck almighty, it's boring. Ugh. Boring.
Yeah, that's right. It's really boring. I mean, that's why when I play it on Xbox, I skip most of the shit because I just want to bat. I just want to hit bombs, run around the bases, and wave at the ladies. Hello, ladies. My name's Ro. I'm 19 from Tampa, and I'm hitting bombs.
So that was a great quote. Let's see. I want to point this out because this is a note that I wrote down at the beginning of the show. So it gets to the point where my psychosis is kicked in as I'm talking to Mitch Webb. Evidently, my narcissisms. We're talking about it, and we're talking about being high IQ and how that hurts. And we're talking about how, and I've said this before, that even though I'm on the low end, like on the mid to this top 2%, 132. So I know there's a few people below me, like 132 to 135, but I'm not going to talk to those idiots. I mean, come on now. I'm just kidding. I would still talk to them. Anyway. I was talking about how we just, at 136, I am 33 points higher than the average American citizen. The high average for American citizens is 103. I'm 33 points higher than that. You subtract 33 from 103, you have 70. That is 70 and below. That is where you will be in the short bus going to and from anywhere. Yes. So the different, and so people that are average want to think, well, I don't have a 70 IQ, but to me, you do. And I know that's hard because you think you know things, but you don't. And I can't be any clearer than that. I told Mitch on the program as well. I always lead with this. I've never in my life come even close to losing a game of Trivial Pursuit. That being said, I know one day I will. I know I'm not the smartest person. I am very well aware of that. I understand that almost everyone I talk to in the high IQ society, which is why I'm there, is smarter than me, but it lets us have conversations. So I was telling Mitch about the story where for the high IQ society, just because I was bored. See, and you. People of average IQ wouldn't even understand this. They wouldn't even comment because they wouldn't have a clue. I mean, first of all, Icarus. Right. So I threw the bomb out there. Hey, I'm bored or something like that. This was in one of our forums on the society, our portal. And I just said, hey, I'm bored. I'm thinking of making wings out of wax, flying to the sun. Does anyone have any suggestions? Okay. So imagine if someone that put that on Facebook, you would immediately turn to your significant other and you would be like,
okay, I don't know about Ro, but he just made this post and it sounded weird, so do not interact with him ever again. So like at the next class reunion, no, don't. We can go, and if he's there, do not make eye contact. And if he corners you, scream, use your rape whistle, for God's sakes.
Yeah. Anywho, anyhow, anyway, I make this post. And Facebook, I would have got no response, or maybe the WTF. Why the face? I mean, what the fuck? And on the High IQ Society, what I got, and I showed Bobby because she thinks, she knows that I need interaction with those people, but she just thinks we're weird. So just as weird and pathetic that I think most people are, Bobby thinks that of the smarter folk as well. And I will say she is not incorrect, or at least fully incorrect. We are a weird. So here's the deal. So I make the post to the Smarty McSmarty Pants. Remember, most of these people much, much smarter than I am. I mean, most of these people I wouldn't talk to because I would be embarrassed. Kind of like I wish more people would do to me, not talk to me because
I don't know anything. I don't want to talk to you, Ro. I'll feel stupid. I don't want to feel stupid. I'm going to back over here with my friends who are stupid.
So I get all these responses, and some will tell me calculating distance, what I will need to wear. One response that was quite lengthy talked about different types of waxes, how those waxes held up under extreme heats, at what point in my travels might my wings begin to fail me, which here's the deal. I, as a 136, would have assumed wings made of wax and anything else you put with wax, literally. I would have thought that they would fail before I got off the ground. Don't know that. I was under the impression that Icarus, his dad, that whole thing was not a true story. So when they flew, they got too close to the sun. I was thinking that was incorrect, not a true story. So I was thinking in reality, I wouldn't be able to get off the ground. I was corrected. Like, I threw that out there, and so I should have heard immediately, challenge accepted. No, it should have been,
challenge accepted, motherfucker.
I know that I'm sorry about the potty mouth on that voice, but
hey, you do what you gotta do, motherfuckers. What's up, assholes?
actually I just enjoy that voice. And it is fun to cuss because it doesn't sound like an adult. Doesn't sound like a person either, but it doesn't sound like an adult, whatever it happens to be. Anyway, so I get these lengthy responses and everything. So one day I had posted, I don't know why. I usually do not post to that website unless it is something that is what it is. I had posted a program that I had with one of the society members. I don't remember which one it was, but I had posted it, and someone that had gone and listened to that went to my catalog, and an episode either previous to that episode with a society member or within close proximity was one about toilet babies. Now, if you have not been a longtime listener to the program, toilet babies, and there's multiple episodes, like 6. Like, I don't think it's 6. Like, I think there's probably 2, but I always like to use the word 6 because it sounds like, even though I've done 300 shows, 6 sounds like a lot. So it seems like if I use the term, the number 6, that people will be like, oh, wow, that's really important. It's probably 2, but let's say it's 6. 2 or 6, some more than 1. We'll agree with that. So anyway, this person came back and commented to me that they were, and I'm paraphrasing, this has probably been over a year ago. I'm trying to remember, because like I say, don't give a shit. I mean, I made a comment. I mean, I'm not going to let this go, but so I made a comment back. But the comment, and it was lengthy, that it to the point, it was basically, I thought toilet babies were young people, humans, that learn to use the toilet at a very young age. Once again, thought it was toilet babies. So, sure, it's on me. Once again, a narcissist would somehow say this isn't my fault. I'm taking full responsibility. I probably needed a better description than toilet babies. Like, no one's going to read the actual description of the show. They're only going to read the title of the show and decide whether I'm going to listen to this episode or not. That being said, I probably should have babies born in toilets. So I should have toilet babies was incomplete description, title for the episode. So I'm sure that it was my fault. That being said, the comments were, I thought it was young people using toilets, not babies being born in toilets. And then I was told how precious life was. I totally agree. I'm not the one that gave birth to a kid in a toilet, okay? So let's dial it back a notch and there are babies. Just because it upsets you doesn't mean that it's not happening. And for whatever reason, they didn't know, they didn't want to know, they knew, but they didn't tell anyone. And then they knew and they just thought they were taking a poop. I don't know. There could be, or a pee. I don't know. I mean, like, and I don't know. Once again, different plumbing, totally different plumbing. So I can't figure it out. But like, if you were, and I know, once again, I get hung up on toilet babies. That's what the 300th episode needs to be. I'm going to stop at 299 until I fucking find a baby that was born in a toilet. Because I want to know how their life is. Like, when did you know you found out? When did you know you were born in a toilet? Like, is that just, like, I always knew I was adopted. My parents said that they told me on the way home from the adoption agency. And I was evidently somewhere between the age of like a couple weeks and like 18 years old when my parents took me home. I thought it was younger, but as my mom talks now, I may have been adopted later or perhaps kidnapped later in life, like at the age of 16, 17, 18, somewhere. I don't know. I thought I was adopted early. My mother now at this point in her life is making it sound like I evidently don't know the story. So we'll leave it at that. Anyway. So babies actually get born in toilets. They were mad at me because, all life's precious, blah, blah, baby born in a toilet. Well, I'm upset about that. No one outside of the society, and I bet he wasn't the only one that thought that toilet babies were smart, bathroom trained babies, like early childhood development. Like, I don't know, most kids, what are they, potty trained like in the twosies, somewhere in that? I don't know. I don't remember. That was so long ago for our kids. Somewhere between 2 and 18, they get potty trained. Anyway. No one of average IQ was like, oh, like, that's immediately. Like, what? I didn't even think that. Like, when I was doing the title, I thought it would be very like, literally how much more explicit, unless I add the word born. Toilet babies born. Toilet born babies. Born toilet babies. That's the only way. One word, 4 letters. That's the only way I make it more explicit. So I don't know how so many people not so many people. At least one person got it messed up. And I would hazard a guess. If these people are giving me compound structures for wax and balsa wood to make wings to fly to the sun. There's more than one of them. Like, and I feel bad now. There's probably a forum that was started, a brand new thread about toilet babies in the society, and I was omitted and blocked from ever viewing or seeing. I don't know that, but it seems like that would be right. Once again, okay, I'm not a narcissist. I'm tall. I'm fit. Here's another thing. Like what? Sometimes people will say, "Oh, well." I've told this story before. When someone at our pool was saying that I didn't have to, I didn't work at my body. Everything, it was just, I didn't have to work. I just woke up. That would be awesome. I mean, I don't work out a lot. It's not like I spend hours at the gym. Here's how many hours I spend at the gym daily. 0. Unless you call my living room the gym. It is. It's a gym. It is a studio. It is office space. It is a red room. It is, and that's just because of the TRX bands that hook on the ceiling is great for a sex swing, and we had already mounted it in the living room. I mean, because in retrospect, it seems like that should be in the bedroom, not for the TRX workouts, but for the other workouts. So this room has a lot of stuff going on in it. Let's see. Other reasons. Let's see. I wrote down other reasons I'm not a narcissist. Okay. Once again, having confidence in myself. There was an episode of Ted Lasso where Ted says something to Jamie, the prima donna on his team. It says something about if you could be like a lion or a bear, which one would you be? And he'd be like, why would I ever want to be anyone else? And Ted Lasso responds, I don't think you understand how mentally good or mentally healthy that comment was or something. But that's how I am. I wouldn't like Jeff Bezos money. Let's say Jeff Bezos. Elon Musk, there's not a single person that I would trade places with. Not a single one. 2 reasons. 4 reasons. Let's start in no particular order. Can we do that? The dog. The kids. And my wife. Let's just go with those 3. Those are the only 3. None of these answers sound good. I'm just reading through these again. So like, see if someone finds my notebooks, not only are you going to find the comments that I've written down, but they're going to be highlighted. Like, oh, he went back and reviewed this comment. Not everything's highlighted. Most things are. If it's going to be written down, it's probably going to get highlighted for structural content, maybe not for presentation. I just know how amazing I am. That's not me saying that. It's you all showing that. Oh, it's true. Once again, I mean, listen to what I say. When I was at Best Buy, when I would come back from having a day off or being gone for whatever reason, I would always hear these stories, especially like right after 2020 and the pandemic and everything, all these things that happened in the store, unruly customers, all these things. And I literally would make this comment constantly. I would say, why does this never happen when I'm here? Every time it's like, oh, yesterday this customer came back here and this, that, and the other. I'm like, why does this never happen when I'm here? Do you know why it doesn't happen when I'm there? Because I'm there. Because whatever vibe I'm giving off, they're saying this, their behavior is different when I'm there than when I'm not there. And I just, because it didn't hit me for a long time. I'd be like, oh, I always just wonder why this doesn't happen when I'm there. There's a reason why it didn't. Whatever presence I'm giving off, and it's not always a good presence. Like, I have been told before, like, when I was single, I would have people come up and say, why are you pissed off or whatever? I'd be like, what? You're just standing there, your arms crossed looking. I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm pissed off because I'm around stupid people. Actually, that wasn't the case. So for so long, I was, when I was more of an athlete, showing off my athletic prowess, it was different. I mean, like how I interacted, and it was less about. So now it's more. Now being able to outperform someone physically, I'm better served using my intellect at this point in my life than I am my physical prowess. Like, for all my puffing of my chest, puffing it up and whatever I will say, once again, step up to the plate. See if I take the challenge. I always say life should be like hockey. I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't want to, like, I saw this video of someone slapping someone and it knocked him out. I'm like, I wonder if I could even slap someone because I have horrible hands. And then I'm also wondering if I slap someone, whether like on the backside, my skin would just pop. And it's horrible. I mean, Bobby, my skin tears so easy. And generally it will, like, we call it fillet. It will literally like burst like a seam and then just kind of like fold back. Yeah. So we've talked about what would happen. That's happened in the bedroom before, but only with my leg. Just trying to decide whether I tell you that story or not. Because if I don't tell you this story, you may be going, wow, what were they doing that he split his leg open during sex? Here it is. This is how easy my skin tears. We have our bed frame's padded like a faux leather. I'm sure for what we paid, I'm sure it's not real leather. And, you know, we don't want to kill any real, I'll eat animals, but I'm not going to I don't want to kill one just to have a sofa or a bed frame or whatever. So anyway, faux leather. So anyway, my leg hit it. And not like hit it so hard it split. It probably like moved on it. So what happens with my skin is if it comes to an abrupt stop, it will decide to keep going. Like the skin will stop. Like if it's done something dropped behind the couch and I went to reach down. I went too fast and my skin pushed on the wall and literally just, it was like the back of my hand was scalped. Just pulls it right back. Fun, let me tell you. Once again, no less pain just because it happens easier. Like, I do think that's weird. Some people will think because it happens so easy that it must not hurt. Like, oh, your skin's just thin. So, nope, still the same amount of pain. I'm sure. I don't think it would be more. I mean, I should claim more just because how are we going to gauge it? So yes, it is definitely more pain. But generally, if I'm going to tell you how amazing I am, I will have stats to back that up. I could even tell you, like I said, if I'm going to go to left-handed, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I do want to start a high IQ society where it is so narrowly focused that I could literally be the only member. So like 136 IQ, I should use centimeters. 195 centimeters tall. I think that's right. 6.477 inches. I don't know. I should look that up. Yeah, it is 195. So once again, see, and this is what I do. I'll say, I think it is, then I'll look it up. But I 100% know that. And sometimes that will frustrate Bobby. She'll be like, why do you say I think? She goes, you do know that. I go, I know that. But I think it's because a lot of times you want, I think it's this, and like, he doesn't really know. I really know. But I'm 172, 173, somewhere in there, which is 172 kilograms. I don't know. I'm not European. I work out like today. I just started working out again recently. I had the slip and fall, tore up my hand, still having a lot of issues with it. Like I can't put pressure on it. So push-ups are. So it's now been, 8 weeks since I last did push-ups. I think I stopped before my injury because I had tweaked my shoulder or something. So been doing some yoga, some stretching, some light dumbbell work, incorporating some movement. But I work out. So I was going to talking about weight. So someone had called me out and said, well, I just look like this. And I was pissed because I work hard at this. Like my eating habits, most people wouldn't want my eating habits. But if you search my eating habits, they are the most amazing eating habits to have. Think about if you no. I was going to say, think about if you only ate when you're hungry, and most of you will be like, hold on.
When else would I be fucking thinking about food?
Well, I'm thinking that it's like a lot of time. I used to work in the office next to me. I think that 8 hours a day I heard some sort of bag, like chips, like I'll hear the bag, and I was going to say slurping, like from a drink, but slurping out of that, I don't know. Maybe in retrospect, they needed to keep their energy up. That's why they ate all day. I don't know. Let's see. Here's another note before I have not. So here's the main thing. I do not think that I am the greatest. I do not think that I'm not even the greatest in my. I maybe come in top. I come in top 4 in our family, and unfortunately, we only have 4 members. So I barely am in the top 4. You would think with 4 members, I would be solidly in the top 4, but I'm not. I'm barely in the top 4 of best people in our family. I'm just not shy. And if you ever run into me or you listen to me or be like, well, you can counter whatever you want, but come with ammunition, not like physical ammunition, but come with like verbal ammunition. If I say, man, it's great to be the tallest guy, because I'm sure that whoever the tallest guy in minor league baseball, I'm sure that he kind of took that on. Randy Johnson, before he became the Cy Young award-winning pitcher in Major League Baseball, he was the 6'10" guy. So, yeah, I'm sure that someone took that on. So if I said, well, I enjoy being the tallest person, at this job, go, well, wouldn't you rather be the shortest person in the NBA? I don't know. That was not a fully formed thought. So I apologize. Let's see. When I say I am great, people don't disagree. And I get it. I mean, you've heard of white privilege or any type of privilege. I take row privilege. Row, R-O, me. TSG privilege. Like, I literally will do things because I know I can get away with them. And I've said that I am so fucking cocky. And this is not being a narcissist. This is just 100% understanding the situation. I have been there where I have said that I can break the rules in front of the person that should be policing those rules. And when asked, well, why do you think you can do that? I will answer, because no one's going to say anything to me. Once again, in front of the person that could say something to me. So that's not me being a narcissist. That is me 100% being fully aware of me and my surroundings, what I can and cannot get away with. Like, it is surprising the things I say. Like, I get that comment at work a lot. Like, I'll go, I laughed when you said this. I laughed when you said that. Now, twofold. First of all, most of our customers, they can't hear. I mean, they're over 80. Half of them don't have their hearing aids on. How do I know this? Because their phones are ringing. Like, before they answer them, no, they just ring. They don't, like, they're not even aware that the phone in their lap is ringing. They literally, their ringtone could be like, hey, it's me, your phone, I'm ringing. They still would not know that it's ringing. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Am I a narcissist? I don't know. Here's more to the point, don't care. I don't think I am. I'm not the one that makes that call. If you all think I'm a narcissist, hold on. Okay, and I probably should have started with this. So, Narcissus, from Greek mythology, the reason it's called narcissism is after him. It says Narcissus is a figure from Greek mythology who was so impossibly handsome. He was so impossibly handsome. Once again, he was so impossibly handsome that he fell in love with his own image reflected in a pool with water. So take a second, let that sink in. So impossibly handsome. So he was so fucking good looking that when he saw his own face, he was like, he was like,
oh yeah, oh my god, I'm so fucking hot. Oh fuck! Oh my god, I wonder if I can stick my penis in my own butthole. I'm so good looking. I'll just do myself here. Oh, get it. Oh my, I can't do it. Hold on, can I get it in my mouth? I can't get it. Oh, damn. I am so... Oh, my... Hold on. Let's look at the wall. Oh, God. I'm so good looking. The water's rippling. It's rippling. Oh, fuck. Oh, give me a second. Oh, my gosh. Is there a tissue around? Oh, my God. There's just a bush. I think that's poison ivy. I don't want to use that. Oh, shit. Oh, fudge. Okay. I'll just lay here next to the water. Oh my god. Is that me? Oh, fuck. I'm so good looking. Oh, again? Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Oh, and it's going downstream. Hey, deer! Chipmunk! Squirrel! Don't drink the water! Oh, fudge. Hey, what's up, guys? No, not. I'm gonna look. I'll just. Hey, see you guys. Oh, shoot. Is that me in the water? That's. Hold on. Did somebody give me Viagra? Because this is not going away. Shoot. Why am I so good looking? Hold on. There's that nymph Echo. Hey, Echo, come here. Come here. Try to tempt me. Come on, show me something, girl. Come on, Echo. You're a nymph. And you're lovely. But you're... No. 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 Hey, do you have a mirror? Echo, do you have a mirror? You do? Can you get the... Yep, no, just keep doing what you're doing, but if you could hold a mirror in my direction, that'd be great, too. No, keep dancing. Yeah, no, oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No. Uh-huh. No, stay over there. Stay there. Just hold the mirror. No, you can stop moving if you want. Just hold the mirror really steady. Yep. Hold them. Yeah, Echo. Nope, you're good. You just... Oh, no. I have not tried to have sex with myself today. But I have had sex with myself. Oh, yeah. You didn't think that was going, did you? I didn't think I was coming for a third time, but here we are. Oh, fudge, I'm so good looking. Oh. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I have to be. I'm just gonna tell. I have to be empty. I mean, 3 times. Hello. It's only been like 3-5 minutes. I don't know how long it's been. It's only been a couple. Okay. My balls are drained. There's no way. Fuck. Is that me? I am so good looking. Oh, God. Fudge. Hold on. Hey, Echo, seriously, turn away. No, don't look at me. No eye contact. You're fine. You can leave. See ya. No, I'm fine. I'm fine by myself. In fact, I'm good with myself. I'm fine. Oh. Myself. Oh. Oh my. Hey. Oh, that feels good. Oh, yeah. I think I'm hold on. Wait. Oh, my shiest. 4 times? Oh, my God. I should be doing pornos if I can do it. Golly gee willikers. That's a lot. Oh, my. Suffering succotash. That's a. What? Okay. Okay, so what I've taken from my trip to the pond is I'm hot and I don't want to look at myself because if I do, oh fuck. Why did I just look at the what? Oh my gosh. I'm going to the doctor. They're going to have to get rid. This is going to last 5 times. No. Oh my God. Sheesh. There's going to be chafing. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh. Hold on. Oh, I thought I was. Oh. Fuck, is this like that tantric shit that Sting does? Oh. Meow. Did I just make myself purr? That is fucking weird. Okay, people, I've had enough of I'm gonna keep it in my pants. Oh my God, I'm not gonna keep it in my pants. Oh my God, one more time, hold on. Oh, and you know what? I'm just gonna, you guys have a good evening. Narcissus out, bye.
Wow. Who knew that we could time travel? I feel bad for all the people that didn't make it to the hour and 10-minute mark. Because I was about to say that's when it got good, but probably not. So he was so good looking. So even if, and that's kind of rude. There is going to be someone that would be objectively the most beautiful person in the world. So why can't that be me? Who are you to judge me? I mean, I get it. I 100% know I'm not. I'm not even the best looking. I was going to say guy in our family, but I'm the only guy in our family. So yes, I guess I have that going for me. I am the Narcissus of our family. No, that still makes me in love with myself. I'm not going to say that I'm not. I would never trade. Like I think I started to say it earlier. I would never want to be anyone else. If I literally had to trade places with them, even if I could keep my mind, my intellect, and be one of those Freaky Fridays, Parent Trap, I don't know. Like one of those things where I like just my head, like my brain goes in. No, I don't want to be as short as Jeff Bezos. Literally. Like if someone said, I will give you for whatever billions of dollars he has. I don't know how much he has. Whatever X billion of dollars he has. We will give you that, but you have to be his height forever. And it could be a I was going to say non-painless, which would be a painful one, which is not. A non-painful, if it literally just shrink me to that size. No way. No how. Even if I was just like if they mini-me'd me into him. Like that's what he is to me, mini-me. Just he has the money. But I wouldn't, I still wouldn't. If someone came to me, you got to be that height, but you can have all that money. No, without even missing a beat. No fucking way. Elon Musk, no way. The big joke that I used to always say in the society that Elon Musk, the first fat genius. And before you say, oh, that's rude, think about it. Tell me one in history. Tell me a genius, someone that's considered a genius that was a fat fuck or an overweight fuck or out of shape. That's just, we eat when we need to eat. I would say I don't. Anyhow, anyway. So I wouldn't want, there's not a single person on this planet that I would rather be than me. If I was a narcissist, that wouldn't be the answer. I would want to be Bobby because then I could be with me. See what I did there? And I don't want to do that. I want to be me so I can be with Bobby, not Bobby so that I can be with me. And that's what a narcissist would want. So, we should go out on this song as well. We played in via this song. We should go out via this song. This song is from friends of the show, friends of mine, Gio de Menace, and 918 Slasher. This song is Say It to My Face. Do I know whether it's out yet or not? No, I'm not 100% sure if it is out yet, but it was provided to me so I could at least screen the beginning of this. So that's how we're going to leave. Thank you for listening to Ramble On. I think what we know is I am exactly the same person I was 2 hours ago or an hour and a half ago. Whenever I started rambling on about this, I'm the same exact person. It's up to you to change to accommodate me. So you're welcome. To everyone else, my name is Ro. I'm the Stone Genius. This is Say It to My Face, collaboration with 918 Slasher and Gio de Menace. Collaboration time. Oh, yeah. My name is Ro Martin, the Stone Genius from the Stone Genius Podcast. You're listening to 918 Slasher and Gio de Menace.
Yeah, you know this is such a bitch. Fucking talking about the shawty, you know I'm the man, bitch. We from flipping pounds, your baby daddy gives a grams, bitch. Why you always talking shit on DMs, Instagram, bitch? Was it always disrespectful? Turn to this man, bitch. Yeah, you want me cause they're rapping, I got my own land, bitch. Taking money to these bitches, why?